Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the MarketSite studio in Times Square, New York City, we have Jesse Lipson. He's the CEO of Levitate to discuss building more effective relationship-based businesses and keeping in touch personally and authentically with clients. Jesse, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thank you for having me, Jill.
You got it. And Levitate, you're branded as a happiness platform. What type of solutions do you provide?
Yeah, so my feeling is, and kind of the inspiration for starting Levitate was this idea that marketing has become too automated. You all have the experience of, just take email for example, where you're inundated with mass blast communications that end up in your spam folder, your promotions folder. Even if you happen to read them, they don't deepen the relationship in the same way that a personal communication does. And so my goal creating Levitate was to help companies keep in touch with their clients, referral sources, high value business contacts, in a personal and authentic way at scale. And so we do that through multiple channels: email, text, social, and then today we're actually announcing our newest channel, which is handwritten cards.
I love that, and I have a theory around that, and I'll get to that in a minute with you.
Yeah.
But what type of customers leverage Levitate?
So it's mostly companies where relationships are kind of the heart and soul of the business. So wealth managers, mortgage brokers, law firms, nonprofits, accounting firms. So kind of what I call relationship-based businesses.
And do you leverage AI to help your customers more effectively?
We do, and I kind of have a point of view on AI, especially with the field that we're in, which is authenticity at scale, which is that we want to use AI really as a way to help enable more personal, authentic communication, not to replace humans completely, because that kind of defeats the purpose and gets us back into the whole mass automated communication. So we use it in a few different ways. One is helping people understand who they should be keeping in touch with based on patterns like meetings and email data. Another is helping them figure out what to write, so get through writer's block and use generative AI to kind of help as an assistant. And then the third, with our new handwritten card functionality, it's not technically AI, but we basically have a fleet of robots holding pens that write in kind of human-style handwriting. And so I think for the average person, that's probably considered AI when you have robots involved. So those are a few different ways that we're using AI.
But I mean, that's a good thing, though. It allows you to get more creative, and that's the whole point of it. And back to the handwritten cards, I have 3 cats, and I go through Chewy, and they send a birthday card for each cat, and I love Chewy for that reason, regardless of pricing or whatever. But I think that's such an awesome idea that they take, not that they take the time, but they make the investment to keep their clients happy, and I think that's awesome. So you just finished a C round. What will the proceeds allow the company to do, and how did you navigate raising capital in what's been a challenging environment?
Yeah, so I mean, they say timing is everything in business, and our timing was horrible when it came to fundraising. So we didn't raise funds kind of in 2021 when tech multiples were kind of through the roof. Got into 2022 to start raising, and not a lot of VCs were writing checks. And so actually it kind of comes back to the point of relationships. I have a lot of relationships I built over time, and we decided to start with a friends and family kind of round, which I sent through Levitate, personal kind of customized emails out to a group. Got a 99% open rate, and then within less than a week, we had already filled our round, and then we shut it down after 2 weeks, kind of oversubscribed. So I think actually the story of our round is very similar to the story of Levitate. It's about kind of personal, authentic relationships and the value of that network if you nurture it. And so in terms of what we're using the proceeds for, scaling, getting to profitability. So our goal is to hopefully get to an IPO scale and show up on Nasdaq in a handful more years. And so we're going to use this funding round to get there.
So what's next in the near term?
Yeah, so we're really excited again about the handwritten card release. And our vision over time is really to build out all of the communication channels. So we have email, text, social, now handwritten cards. Think physical gifts, electronic gifts, be a single pane of glass so that any way that you want to keep in touch authentically with your client base, with your referral sources, you can do that from one place, from Levitate, which is completely unique. And then the other thing, kind of to your point about Chewy, we've initially focused on these relationship-based businesses where their entire business is about referral and word of mouth. But every company, even somebody like a Chewy or someone else, has a segment of their client base, maybe even if they are more transactional, where they do want to be personal and authentic, kind of high value clients and referral sources and business contacts. And so we want to bring Levitate to a broader kind of set of industries than where we're operating today.
All right. Well, Jesse, hopefully next time we see you, you'll be ringing the opening closing bell for your IPO there. It was great to meet with you.
Yeah,
thanks for
you
joining
as
us
well,
on
Jill.
Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.